Hello, welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. This is going to be a main dish. We've been talking a lot about organizing things in the main dish and side dish, but in the process of making the main dish, I'm also going to show you how to make a side dish. Very underrated side dish, in my opinion, that I think is maybe one of the most delicious things in the world is roasted cauliflower. So we're going to make some roasted cauliflower. So this is a bag of cauliflower. Because it's cheap. It was so cheap. Even cheaper to buy a head of cauliflower and break it up yourself. Definitely cost savings. So this cauliflower, by the way, looks gorgeous. So here's a couple tips I will give you for whacking up your cauliflower. Don't cut straight through, because then you'll get so much more of the little teeny pieces, which are good, especially for what we're making, but we don't want it to all be like that. So what you really want to do is break up the cauliflower heads. That way the stalk pieces will keep the flower pieces intact. Does that make sense? So break it up with your hands, okay? The only time you're going to use a knife is like, see, this is like a big thick stem. So what I might do is cut the stem halfway down like that and then break apart the floret. That makes sense? Yes? Okay, we're going to roast these. I always use a parchment lined super large baking sheet. It's my favorite friend in the kitchen, especially in winter because I'm in Vegas and it's hot here. We're gonna crank up and preheat our oven to 400 degrees, and we're gonna break apart our cauliflower to whatever size that we want. And honestly, we're gonna do olive oil, salt and pepper. You could definitely do garlic. I might do a little garlic because I'm making the pasta. You could do paprika. You could do Italian seasonings. Really, the possibilities are endless, but I'm going to tell you right now, when you roast cauliflower, it just gives it this delicious, subtle sweetness. It has an amazing texture. It's a winning combination. I'm a fan of roasted veg, like in general. I think that roasting really elevates veg to like a whole nother level. So let me break this apart, and then you can even roast the head of cauliflower whole. I'm breaking it up small because we're making roasted cauliflower pasta. I think my olive oil is brand new and not open. Oh my God, it is. My favorite olive oil. Just gonna do pretty generous. I mean, the olive oil is very controlled out of this bottle. So I'm probably only have about a tablespoon on here right now. I would say it depends on how much cauliflower you have. This is a huge cookie sheet. So I would say maybe a tablespoon or two. Then make sure everything gets well coated. Then we're gonna do salt. This is Himalayan pink salt. And then we're going to do pepper. Fantastic. This is delicious, just like this. We're going to give it a toss, and we're going to roast it at 400 degrees until it starts to get crispy and delicious and brown. I always, when I'm roasting vegetables, I've shown you this before, I start about 20 minutes. And then I take a peek at it, I'll toss it around, and I'll keep going. I'm going to tell you right now, for this cauliflower, I want it to be super, super roasty, almost melt in your mouth, but with some crispy bits, because we're going to use it in pasta. So we want it to almost melt into nothing. So I'm going to be roasting it for definitely longer than the 20 minutes. But I add a couple more components to this dish. So we have our cauliflower roasting in the oven. Then I'm going to need to boil some pasta, but I don't think maybe we're a little bit early because I think the cauliflower is going to take like 30, 40 minutes. So I would say maybe halfway, 20 minutes in, I'll put the water on to boil for the noodles. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to toast some, I use these 4C seasoned breadcrumbs. I'm going to toast some breadcrumbs in a little bit of butter and olive oil. A little butter and a little olive oil in my pan. I'm going to put my favorite crushed garlic. This is frozen, and so it tastes just like fresh. It doesn't taste like garlic. It tastes like fresh garlic, which I love, but it's so convenient because it's pre-portioned. And so each cube is like a clove. So I'm going to do 2 cloves. Going to saute that into the butter and olive oil for like 30 seconds, just till it becomes fragrant. I can smell my garlic, so I'm going to take my seasoned breadcrumbs, maybe just like, I don't know, a cup, a half a cup, a sprinkle. Probably, this doesn't look quite a cup. Probably half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And we're just going to give that a little toast in the garlic and the oil and the butter. I wish you could smell this. This smells so delicious. Toast that up for a minute, and then we're gonna put it to the side, and we're gonna put on our water to boil for our pasta. Water's boiling. I'm going to generously salt my water. Maybe a little more even. I'm gonna put my spaghetti in here, and the directions say to cook for 10 to 11 minutes, so I'll probably do like 1 minute shy. This is delicious side dish. Like, you're ready to go. Delicious, amazing. But we're gonna put it in here with our breadcrumbs that we toasted earlier. Roasted cauliflower, and we have our toasted breadcrumbs in here. I'm just gonna give them a toss. I'm gonna turn my heat on to medium heat, and I'm gonna go get myself a lemon. This looks like a glorious side dish even without our lemon and without our pasta. But we're gonna give our pasta, it's got 1 more minute, and then we're gonna start tossing it in here. We're not gonna pour off the cooking liquid because we want that pasta water. Pasta is perfectly al dente. So we're gonna start transferring it over here in with our cauliflower. And don't worry if you get it drained. You wanna get the pasta water in here. That's gonna help your sauce come together. It's gonna give you a sauce. Like, we don't really have a sauce right now, right? We just have cauliflower and breadcrumbs, maybe a little olive oil. We're gonna add a ladle full of our pasta water to start. We might need more, but we're gonna start with a ladle full, and we're gonna toss. Now we're gonna put some lemon. Squeeze a nice fresh lemon over the top. Now with the heat off, obviously, Parmigiano Reggiano. Hello. It's a little bit I had left grated or shredded. I'm gonna put a little more. I would say, I don't know. You gotta measure cheese with your heart. It's up to you. Top mine with just like a little more lemon, because I'm a big lemon girl, and a little more Parmigiano. Delish. Let's give it a taste and see where we're at. I think what I would have done differently, if I could do it again, is I would have dirtied a separate pan to toast the breadcrumbs, and I would have put them on top at the end so they were like crunchy. Or I would have used bigger breadcrumbs, like made my own breadcrumbs with some parsley and some seasonings and some pecorino romano maybe, and had like bigger, crunchier breadcrumbs for texture. It's good though. Wow. I mean, the cauliflower is mild. It's not a dominating flavor here, but you're getting so much veg in here. It's such a unique take on a pasta dish. It's really delicious. I hope you try it.